Ah, ok. Ah, ok. Andiamo, andiamo avanti, va con Black Cat. Sì. Io nel senso sapevo ci
Bobby,
fossero i fumetti, pensa te.
I don't know if you had a motive to kill Dunn, but you certainly had the murder
Sì,
weapon.
l'ho vista anche in fumetti l'altro giorno. Sempre stato strangolato, lo sapevo. No, sembra figo, sembra anche. C'è le graphic novel. Il gioco ci sta. Cioè, in senso normale. Sì. Adesso devo riuscire a capire come cazzo. Meglio raffreddante. No, cazzo, dovevo andare avanti. No, no, cosa cazzo devo fare? Quando mi blocco giù i coglioni. Allora. No, puttana troia. Lascia stare, due coglioni. Eh? Una merda. No, come cazzo faccio se... No, ma puttana troia. Ma Stefano, andateci un po' di testa, Dio, non è impossibile. Figa, sì, ma sono handicappato, quando mi blocco così con nulla. Sto pensandoci. È stato... Vediamo un attimo, dai. Ma figa, come faccio? Quando Dan è morto erano gonfie. Mm. Oh, figa,
Christ. Did Yale kill Dunn
ce
just
l'ho
because he
fatta.
wanted to call off the fight?
Ah, quando indovino qualcosa mi va da solo il punto di interesse, ottimo.
I always knew Bobby had issues. But I never thought he'd go that far.
I couldn't say. In my line of work, you really shouldn't jump to conclusions.
But the chest expander, the box in his locker, the marks on my father's neck. It all leads to him.
Faccio proprio
In any
schifo come
case, that
investigatore.
doesn't change a thing.
It does, actually. Now we know he didn't kill himself.
My father's still dead, and you still haven't found Bobby Yale. Nothing has
Sì, non come
changed.
ispettore privato. Anche se uno sponsor della piscina
Opening the
un'agenzia di
safe and
ispettore
finding
privato.
my
Ci sta, ma che
father's will won't
figata.
help us achieve anything. So please hurry. Time's wasting.
Capito? Figo, poi con l'impermeabile, il cappello, o proprio gadget, sei lì che fumi tipo il sigaro sotto il diluvio universale.
Sonia's indifference never ceased to amaze me. But most importantly, why was she so opposed to Yale?
John Blacksad? I think I owe you an apology.
Apology accepted. But what exactly are you apologizing for?
Listen, I don't think my fellow
Quindi
workers
basta
treated you
farlo,
with
non
the
devi avere
respect you
nessun tipo
deserve.
di qualifica di
I'm so
avere.
sorry they wrinkled your suit. The thing is, they didn't know we shared a common goal. Bobby Yale. I want to find him and get to the bottom of this as much as you do, Mr. Blacksad. So please, kindly accept my invitation. Why not share our findings? Come on.
Mi senti salvo, sì. Ok.
Of course. You don't mind me riding in this fancy car with a wrinkled suit, do you?
Oh, I think you look mighty dapper,
Tipo
Mr.
vedi quella foto che avevo
Blacksad.
mandato io per Natale,
Although with
col
those
cappello con
wrinkles were to
l'ispettore,
rub
a
off.
posto, vai lì, tipo, con le sigarette quelle senza filtro, tipo anni 50, in cui il fumo non faceva ancora male, capito? Il tabacco non era cattivo. Perché se ci pensi, cos'è che ha creato il male? È il filtro, eh? Fino a prima invece potevi poi vedere in televisione.
on me.
Infatti in Mad Men c'è la cosa che
I always
fino agli
play it
50,
nice and
anni
safe.
60 potevi sponsorizzare il sigarette, dopo ho fatto gli studi che non potevi più farlo come cosa benevola. E tutti dicevano, cazzo, cosa facciamo? Perché Lucky Strike era uno degli sponsor principali. Cazzo, una figurina che non ho vista! Devo tornarla a prendere. Achievement, collezionabili, platino. Ah, le sigarette fanno bene alla gola, perché ti fanno quando tossisci pulisci i bronchi, giusto? Anche per i bambini approvata. Il tabacco per il tuo bambino.
Thank you, Blacksad. You won't regret this. So let's cut to the chase. I need Bobby Yale to fight Stone. There's just too much money at stake. So, I'm offering you my help to find Yale. Let's work
Ci aiuterà,
together.
sarà stronzo, ma no, sarà stronzo.
What kind of help do you need?
A simple exchange of information. You're a good detective, and I, well, let's just say I have my own ways of making people talk.
I think I'll have to pass this time.
Why? What? Do my own ways scare you? Please, hear me out. Let's say I bet a beer that we find Yale in 3 days, and you bet a beer that we don't. In 3 days, one of us has to buy the other a beer. Is that so bad? We're simply two grown men using our money and free will to conduct a small private exchange. And most
Una
importantly,
birra?
we're not hurting anyone. So, yeah, I run a gambling business. What's so bad about that?
I can't really say.
Well, I can. Nothing. But I'll tell you what is wrong. The way our government is ruining America. We live in a so-called free country. A place where honest people can make a living, provided they don't hurt anybody. We're not communists. Well, at least I'm not.
I would have never thought otherwise. As for me, I'm not either.
Ha! Well then, you see, we're all among friends. In any case, that's not my point.
Che bello, quegli anni in cui, gli anni 50 in cui è ambientato, in cui sei comunista era come essere il male assoluto in America.
The government betrays our nation's values by passing communist laws that forbid an honest man like me to make a living without hurting a soul. And that, Mr. Blacksad, is just wrong. I'd even say it's unconstitutional. Do you get my point now?
Gambling is also immoral.
Oh boy. Did you hear anything I just said? Anyway, when the government passes these laws, there's only one legitimate weapon the people can wield. The same weapon that turned America into a great nation. Civil disobedience. So, as the proud American that I am, it's my duty to disobey.
You might have a point. In certain cases, civil disobedience is both right and duty.
Exactly. And when you hear just how I've transformed this business, you'll agree even more. I wasn't always a boss, you know. No, sir. I started at the bottom, when Lucky Blitzen ran the show. That good for nothing. His was a reign of terror, extortion, violence, you know, that sort of unpleasant thing. When I took over, I decided I'd make people want to do my bidding, not out of fear, but out of gratitude. I decided to help people so they would help me.
That beating your thugs gave me was really helpful. Thank you so much.
Those poor bastards didn't even know you were a detective, that you were on our side.
Maybe at first. But when they tied me up and beat the socks off me, they knew very well who I was.
Seriously? That goes against my rules. Who was it?
Wilson
It
bastardo.
was just Wilson.
That bastard. Don't you worry. I will have a serious talk with him. I cannot tolerate this behavior. Please accept my apologies, Mr. Blacksad. You see, a lot of people work for me. Many families depend on my business. Not only that, St. Christopher's Hospice practically lives on my donations. The widows of my late employees are set for life. Their kids get free schooling. The cops leave me alone because they know my business doesn't hurt anyone. On the contrary. And, it looks like we're
Oggi
here.
riesci a giocare stasera, non si blocca il gioco? Mm. Ah, un po' caramba come fa lui. Dungeon. Per un dungeon. Sì.
Yale's apartment?
I told you, I'm on your side. Go ahead, search the place. I'll wait down here. When you're done, maybe you'll change your mind
Oh.
and share your findings with me. Or not. It's your call, Mr. Blacksad.
Non è come
I'll
uovo
make
che dopo
sure
un po'
you're
stai e non
suitably
fai.
compensated. Wilson, come here.
Andiamo a casa di Yale che voglio stalkerare dentro, cazzo. E Suki.
The worst thing about O'Leary's boys dropping by isn't the beating, but the fact that I can't tell what's theirs and what's Yale's. Can't say this is the ideal drink for an athlete. Then again, it could be your classic bookie thug lunch.
Non poco. Altra figurina.
Bobby seems like a nice kid, but I barely know him.
Mm.
17th century French fables. There must be
Beh,
one boring old
dobbiamo
lady.
pensare che a un certo punto è fatto uscire un gioco dopo 2 anni con la 9.0 che era inutile. E sono 20 anni che lo facevano. Penso. Anche se ne hai tanti. Ma sì.
A woman's fragrance. Almost angelical.
Mm.
I'm not sure how Yale's love of pickles will help me crack the case, but it's good to know.
Beh, però
Nice chain. So, you
Sono un
like
po'
your mob
complessi,
stories,
certo.
don't you, Bobby? Seems like Bobby inherited something more than boxing skills from his father, besides the tendency to vanish into thin air, of course.
Vediamo quante cazzo di figurine ho trovato. Sempre bella. Oh. Tutto
Copy
così
one of
avvenato.
3. Do you know any of his relatives?
Is his father Avenarius?
Avenarius? The boxer poet? Didn't he disappear 20 years ago?
Mm. Apriamo sta porta. Ma che bagno di merda, c'ha.
Judging
bagno
by
che
the
fa
general
L,
state of the
senza-
apartment, they were leading a quiet life.
Oh, una borsa. Deduzione. Bomba.
That means she's been here recently, but why? What does Sweet Mary have to do with Yale, the murder suspect?
Per topone. Bel topone. Avete capito? Un bel topone, ho capito io. Madonna armadio. Madonna,
Dunn
a
must have
4
punched the
se n'è
can while he
arrivato.
was arguing with Yale.
A
I guess that
4
explains why he threatened to call the fight off.
Sono bloccato adesso? Sì, sono bloccato. Dove devo andare? Parlare con lei? Vediamo, sono un attimo bloccato.
When I left,
Ma qui non c'è più
I told
niente.
O'Leary I hadn't found a thing. The minute I was alone, I left for Mary's.
Ah, ok, bravo, va da lei.
But before all that, I took a small parting gift for her.
La sciarpa hai preso? Dimmi che hai preso la sciarpa, so sei un coglione. Questo gioco qua ha i caricamenti. E vabbè, quando vai da una scena all'altra, quella grafica così bella è normale. Blacksad. L'ho preso solo perché l'ho trovato nuovo a poco al GameStop, tipo 7 euro l'ho
I've never
preso.
trusted angels.
Mr.
Perché da un
Blacksad?
po' che
What
c'avevo da guardare, però
Surprise?
stava sempre a 20-25 euro.
When they fall, they turn into demons.
Joey told me he was going to spend the afternoon painting the gym and that Bobby would be fixing something up on the roof. So, after I found the body and called the police, I went to Bobby's place, but he
Come
wasn't
per la
there.
TV. Ho capito,
So you
giusto.
knew that
Stai,
Yale was with
avevo
Dunn
dato
when he
60 avevo
died,
io.
and yet you told no one.
I guess I just forgot. Everything is
Ho il
so
cellulare.
confusing. I'm sorry, Mr. Blacksad.
Don't be. I'm here to figure it all out.
Come quando c'avevo quella 360 era comodissimo, cazzo.
What's your relationship with Bobby Yale?
Il DVD
He was like a son to
comodo.
Joey, and we were about to get married, so, you know.
Okay, I think it's time to set things straight. I knew you were cheating on Dunn with Yale. Or was it the other way around?
No. How can you even think of something like that?
How can you convince me otherwise? I found a picture at Yale's apartment. It's you and him on a roller coaster. Care to explain, Miss Purnell?
I'm not white, Mr. Blacksad.
What?
7 of my great-grandparents were white. The 8th was black. According to law, I'm a black citizen, even if my skin says the contrary.
Vabbè,
Do you know
ci sta.
what that means when you're born in North Arlington, Alabama?
Segregated housing, with far worse homes for colored people.
We even have different water fountains, for God's sake. The separate but equal doctrine and all that.
That damn nonsense.
And all the lies. That's why I moved here. No one knows what color my great-grandparents were.
I completely understand you, Mary.
Just think if you were also a woman. He's my nephew, Mr. Blacksad. Joe and I first started taking care of poor Bobby when my sister died. That was when he was almost 15. The 3 of us went on that trip to Luna Park.
So this is where Joe Dunn comes in.
Bobby was the only one who knew about me and Joey. We were afraid that someone would use my past to ruin his career.
It's not the first time I hear that story. I'm sorry I accused you so lightly.
Don't worry, I understand.
Vamo, facciamo cadere sentenze, non senso.
Mary smells like... Actually, the whole room smells like a pie fresh out of the oven.
Odore di torta.
So I can't identify any other fragrances. TV and radio all in one. Where will these mad times lead us? Fresh out of the oven. The whole room smells like pie.
Ma che cazzo si è saputo inquadrare lì, boh?
That cherry pie smells so good. I'm starting to get hungry.
Thanks. I pulled it out of the oven right before you arrived. Oh, where are my manners? I'm the worst hostess in the world. Let me go get a knife from the kitchen.
No, fai domande, devo mangiare la torta, coglione. Devo fare altre mille domande.
And you must be
Mangi la
thirsty.
torta.
Let me see. OJ, coffee?
Caffè.
I'll take some coffee, thanks. She's wearing the same clothes in both pictures, so she's probably telling the truth. Sorry, I was going to help you with that.
Fai altre domande, sono curioso. Prima della torta. Ah, buona sta torta. Ah, mica 3 fetti, si è mangiato proprio un ciccione. Vogliamo parlare anche o mangi soltanto?
You should open a bakery and sell these pies.
Thanks. Joey used to say the same thing.
I couldn't help but notice a queen-size bed in the room.
You what?
Sorry. I had to make sure Bobby Yale wasn't hiding in there.
Oh, yeah, sure. Joey bought this place. It was going to be our home after the wedding. I left my apartment and moved in so I could save some money.
If he had left his own apartment and moved in, you could have saved twice the money.
I'm no hooker, Mr. Blacksad.
Your secret is safe with me.
Thanks. It means a lot to me.
About Sonia Dunn and the ring. Well, I told her about you and Joe Dunn. I had no choice.
Sì?
And what did she say?
I don't think she took it too well. But she might come to
Minchia,
understand.
qualsiasi livello.
Are you sure you don't know where your nephew is?
I've looked everywhere. He's nowhere to be found.
Don't worry. I'll find him.
Thank you.
Ah, altre cose da guardare, io non c'è più niente.
Now that there's almost no pie left, the scent has also disappeared.
Ah, minchia, per
Interesting.
sentire gli altri profumi,
Now
dato che
Mary smells
lui
like a huge dog.
senti tutto il concetto, sento un
Mary,
gatto, si è mangiato
when are you
tutta la
gonna
torta per
stop
smettere
lying?
di sentire l'odore di
I
torta
know
e
your
sentire quello
nephew
che c'è
is
addosso
here.
lei.
I can smell him.
Figa.
What?
Che
No.
pro.
I already
Si è
told
preso il
you I don't
diabete,
know where
per
he
fa
is.
niente.
Stop playing around and tell me. Where is he?
You can search the whole house if you want. Go ahead. He's not here.
Non ti bloccare che do un pugno, gioco di merda, ti blocchi adesso. No, ok.
Wait a minute. She's not the one who smells like that.
Non è questo odore, cosa c'è sto odore qua? Sarà ah! Dimmi che è dentro la cassapanca, è dentro la cassapanca.
That's where Bobby Yale's scent is coming from.
Minchia che pro essere un gatto,
So.
una troia.
That's why you were sitting there.
What?
Ecco
I
che,
don't know what you're talking about.
ecco
Yes,
che ha
you
messo
do.
la torta sopra la cassapanca, di dentro c'è il gatto, il cane.
Could you step aside so I can check, please?
Please go.
Mary, for
no
Christ's
puede.
sake, put that knife down, would you?
Leave or I'll...
Mary, I came here to help.
I mean it.
I don't want to hurt you.
Non l'aggancia, non l'aggancia, non l'aggancia, non l'aggancia, non l'aggancia. Quando gioco là ogni tanto la morte nelle avventure come là dentro, sul canale.
I'm on your side, Bobby.
But I'm not on yours.
Sono un coglione. Mi tocco il cuore, non è possibile.
Bobby!
Call an ambulance. Do as I say. Go on, call an ambulance. Do it now. In the face of a heart attack, there's two things you can't forget. One, stay calm. Two, 1 chest compression per second. 1 Mississippi. 2 Mississippi. 3 Mississippi.
3 Mississippi, che ridere,
4
vero?
Mississippi.
Proprio l'americano di
Mississippi.
Mississippi. Facendo delle nazioni.
Bobby.
2 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi.
Thank you, Bobby. Bobby. Thank you.
Potevo farlo uccidere anziché salvarlo.
I had lots of reasons to consider this a great day. I had investigated a suicide case. I had discovered that, in truth, we were dealing with a murder. I had found and captured the prime suspect. And I had saved a life. And yet, everything in me screamed that something was going wrong. Terribly wrong.
Punto di caricamento.
Promise me you won't take the law into your own
Lasero.
hands. I'd like to think we're not just vigilantes.
I want a gun!
What the hell?
Bang, bang, bang!
A fair amount of violence, extortion, and casualty.
I hate detectives.
Bang, bang, bang!
You're dead meat, cat.
That you, Smirnov?
You seem agitated. Nightmare?
Yeah, I have a lot of those.
Yeah, that makes two of us. Anyway, why don't you go home? In his current condition, Yale's not going anywhere. Besides, we'll take it from here.
Thanks. I think I need to get some sleep.
Yep, that much is clear. As for what happened yesterday, you promised me you wouldn't intervene.
If I hadn't intervened, Bobby Yale could be dead.
If you had warned me, maybe we could have avoided a heart attack. Anyway, what's done
Ci sta,
is done.
cazzo. Ho fatto una promessa che non potuto mantenere, ma cazzo, sapere che l'abbia sgamato anziché fare così. La seconda run è quella più buona in questo gioco, per altre 10 ore. Perché l'avventura è gratis,
When,
giocare 3-4 volte.
when exactly did you realize that he killed Dunn?
Sì, per fare tutte le varie alternative, solo per quello. Solo durano troppo, cazzo, cioè. 10 ore a botte ce ne vuoi?
Out of sheer curiosity. I'm a cop after all.
No, vabbè, questi qua.
When I saw his picture with Mary at Luna Park, I just knew something was off.
How about the motive? Any ideas?
Queste qua da poco, invece tipo anche...
I've got several theories, but that's about it.
No, quando
In
tipo,
any
come
case,
si chiama?
hopefully Yale will
Detroit
tell us
Become
more.
Human. Quello dura un botto di ore. Ma quello è un tripla
Would you
A,
let
cioè,
me ask him
è un
some
giocone
questions
rispetto
when
a
he
questi
wakes
qua.
up?
I know you will, with or without my permission. So,
No,
I'd
no,
rather not
come
feel
avventura
betrayed. In
interattiva di
exchange,
quello è un
drop by
tripla
the
A
station when you can.
rispetto agli altri. Anche House of Ashes o Little Hope, Man of Medan. Detroit Become Human è il giocone in confronto a quelli lì, come narrativa, come personaggi, come quantità di storie. Di solito tu non hai mai giocato nessuno di quelli, o no? Quello è molto bello. Anche Until Dawn è l'altro giocone.
Your investigation could really help my men. Who, by the way, must be waiting for me to interrogate Mary Purnell. Boy, she was hard to pry from Yale's side.
She's been through a lot in the past days. Be nice to her.
Of course. In spite of it all, we're not just vigilantes. And as for you, go get some rest. God knows you need it.
I will. Thanks for the advice.
Tell the nurses to look at that face of yours. You look like a film detective in his last scene.
I'm afraid this film isn't over yet.
For your sake, I hope you're wrong.
Vabbè, io dico 10 ore perché ho guardato a Long to
You're in
Beat
charge now,
per
officer.
10-12 ore Blacksad.
I'll send a relief in 6 hours. Understood?
Doctor,
Who are... Oh, detective. Congratulations. You fared pretty well against that kid. Better than most would have. Now, if you'll excuse me...
let's just say I got lucky. We, as a society, simply don't trust reptiles. But that's not the real problem. The real problem is our extended belief that there's logic to that distrust, that it's natural and well-founded.
Anche questo gioco odiano i rettili, strano.
We, as a society, simply don't trust reptiles. But that's not the real problem. The real problem is our extended belief that there's logic to that
Punto da guardare,
distrust, that it's natural and well-founded.
Dottor Draker, no? Palmer. Come Laura Palmer.
How's Yale? Is he awake?
Oh, yeah. Go check on him before he falls asleep again. Although, try not to bother him with too many questions.
Will this have long-term effects on his health?
It's too soon to tell. He did have a heart attack after all.
Heart attack. Andiamo un po'. Riposo, quindi niente in conto per Bobby Yale, quindi chi si fa i soldi? Mi spezzano le gambe, ero stato tipo i
I don't
libratori.
want to see you. The doctor told me to sleep.
I rarely get to interrogate a suspect with his guard down in a place as quiet as this.
Picchialo.
Getting the chance to study his body language with no distractions is a rare gift.
Attacco al cuore,
His heart
vediamo.
rate is increasing. It could mean that he's lying, but it could also just be pure,
Però è
unadulterated
figo il fatto che
rage.
possa guardare meglio perché è tipo un gatto, quindi ha tipo i sensi superiori fra udito e olfatto.
He's clenching his fist, a sign of contained anger.
Però anche sta cosa degli animali mi piace sempre bella se fatta bene. Che, anzi usare le persone vere, che quindi devi dare un minimo di decenza alle persone, ci si usi gli animali, magari hai un po' di licenza poetica anche con la
He's
grafica.
looking straight at me. If he couldn't hold my stare, I'd think he's lying. But that's
no,
not the
decide di
case.
usare un po' quella
Clenched
scusa
fist,
del
fast heart rate,
antropomorfizzare gli
fixed
animali.
stare. He feels some genuine rage towards me. I'm sorry you don't want to see me, but I'm afraid you'll just have to put up with me.
For now. Luckily, I just got my medication. I'll be snoozing soon.
All right, I'll just cut to the chase. Who killed Joe Dunn?
What? Are you trying to confuse me? Joe hanged himself.
Dunn was too short to hang himself with that rope.
So, it's true? He was murdered.
I know the murder weapon was yours.
What? The rope? I don't get it. What weapon do you
Non mi
need?
ricordo.
Don't play with me, boy. The chest expander.
An expander? I've never had one of those.
All right. Let's just say that I'll leave you. The murderer killed Dunn with a chest expander, and planted evidence to make us believe it was suicide. But he also left enough clues behind to make sure we found the true murder weapon. Then he put the chest expander box in your locker to frame you. Do you know anyone that twisted and who also happens to have a motive?
I don't know.
What about Frank Cassidy? Do you think he has a motive?
Maybe. A few weeks ago, Joe took me to a boxing managers association meeting.
Headed by Cassidy.
Yeah. He was obsessed with making it illegal for boxers to fight without a manager. Or without an associated manager.
Soldi.
Everyone seemed to go along with it until Joe spoke up. He said that would lower us to mob status. That Cassidy had founded the association just to make money by monopolizing the sport. That made others think twice. And Cassidy ended up empty-handed.
Poor Cassidy. Desmond O'Leary certainly seems twisted enough. Did he have anything against Dunn?
I'm not sure if they knew each other. At least not in person. About a month ago, Joe kicked one of O'Leary's men out of the gym. He was trying to give a business card to...
Jake Ostiami.
Yeah, exactly. Did Jake tell you about that?
Something like that. Maybe it was... What am I saying? Jake could never pull off something like that. Nothing. Never mind.
Sonia
What
Dunn,
about
sua
Sonia
figlia.
Dunn?
Sonia? I doubt it. She's odd. But she's his daughter.
I've seen
No,
worse.
dico,
Believe
questa tua
me.
figlia, no, è solamente
Blacksad.
strana.
I
Yeah.
think I owe you an, You know, my father disappeared when I was 6, right after winning a fight. We never heard from him again. Do you know what that does to a kid? Who knows where I'd be if Joe Dunn hadn't been in my life? Even when I lost my way and put a gun to his head years later, he still took me under his wing and managed to steer me in the right direction. And now that he's gone, you're risking your life to find his murderer. Thanks.
Sì, c'è il Blacksad.
Thank you
Vabbè.
for...
Ma anche ieri ho streamato. Mi stavo annoiando, tanto ho detto giocare per giocare, volevo provare le cuffie, volevo provare anche.
The number of cigarette butts is inversely proportional to my hours of sleep. Ah, damn.
Però mi sto trovando bene con queste cuffie qua, perché adesso pure giocare, a parlare, a fare tutto. Nel canale entra solamente le mie parole e il gioco, cioè sembra che parlo da solo, ma dettagli. Perché non entra il vostro audio.
Ugh.
E pensa che c'è pure il pastore tedesco, puzzano di morto. Ma sai perché? Lui è il personaggio principale fatto meglio. Cioè, non ci sono cazzi, sa. Come sempre. Allora. Oh, no,
No,
che
the footprints
simpatica.
don't match. If Yale killed Dunn, he did it without stepping in the paint, or in different shoes.
Sono altre scarpe, lo so adesso. Dove devo andare adesso? Boh. Vediamo. Un'altra figurina. In posti più disparati metto le figurine in questo gioco. Ovunque, tranne che non posso impostare le figurine. Funziona il telefono, no? Ah sì, posso chiamare Smirnov. Weekly. L'amico dondola. Sì, le dondole, animale.
Jake, it's Blacksad. I just wanted to...
I have work to do, John. Call you later.
Ma sono
Rome,
stronzo.
get on that ring.
Ma se la figlia a sto punto. Ah, porco, che due coglioni.
Hi, Ray.
Hi. Who are you?
Take a guess. I already gave you a clue. I know your name, so...
I don't know.
That means I'm a detective.
No way. My Uncle John is a real detective. He's way cooler than you. Wait a minute. You're Uncle John. Uncle John. I guessed it. I'm a detective
Ci sono...
too.
Per ora sì, vero.
It's Uncle John. I guessed it.
You got me, Ray. Congrats.
What did I win?
What do you want?
I want a gun.
Magari non vogliono bruciarsi sembrare quelli che non sono i soldi.
All right. You've earned it. How about a toy gun?
Come on, Uncle John. That's not fair. It's not fair.
Ma tipo...
Mom's coming. Bye, Uncle John.
ma magari per loro stanno solamente aspettando di vedere come va, salve, capito? Possono andare pure in passivo per dei mesi,
It's
Cioè...
not fair.
What a surprise. How are you?
Hey, Donna.
Sì, sì.
Bang, bang.
Everything's fine. Don't you worry about me.
I do worry about you,
Quanto? 10?
especially when you tell me not to.
Yeah, can't argue with that.
Hey, we're kind of in a hurry. Ray's got a dentist appointment.
20 euro.
I'll call you soon, okay? I'm really sorry.
Sure. One last thing.
Sa, 12,90 to,
Hurry
è la
up.
via di mezzo.
We have to go.
Love you, sis.
And I love you, little brother. Okay, now I really have to go. Bye, John.
Bye, Uncle
Ho
John.
fatto sentimentale con mio nipote. Andiamo a spaccare i culi. Un'altra figurina, ma non ha senso mettere figurine così, non le vede mai nessuno a parte me che sono malato e vedo tutte queste cazzate qua. Sono in posizioni di merda con le altre figurine. L'antilope!
You're awake, handsome?
Antilope, ma non lo so, ma è troppo fighe. Cioè, è proprio bella. Sigarette. 25 centesimi. Come cazzo fa a vederli? Me lo spieghi, è impossibile. Telefono interno? Cosa fa?
They ran several tests on Bobby Yale last night after admitting him. Have the results come in yet?
No, I don't think so, handsome.
Un pacchetto
I'll
di
take a pack
Morley.
of Morleys, please.
25 $1.
Honey,
mica,
get me a
c'hai
pack of
soldi.
Morleys for Mr. Handsome.
Un cretino. Che bello, gli achievement, quelli regolari sono tutti in italiano, quelli segreti sono
I
scritti
won't
ancora
be
in
able to
inglese.
read Yale's medical report if she's around.
Devo capire come farla andare via. Devo trovare una scusa per farla andare via, cazzo.
Come on, you've got Yale's report on the table. I can see it.
Well, that's that.
Cretino, gli hai fatto notare.
What if you show me Yale's report and I buy you dinner?
Così
You're
puoi
handsome,
rubare,
all
no?
right.
E ci mettiamo via.
But I'm not stupid.
I won't be able to read Yale's medical report if she's around.
Togliamo una scusa. Ah, ok, ci sta. Cos'è? Gesù fatto a mo' di lupo? Non di lupo, di leone, guarda, lo sa. No, sì, cioè... Adesso ti faccio la foto. Sì, sì. Ti faccio la foto perché, sai, avendo 18 cose non riesco a fare tutto. Cioè, sembra di Gesù Simba. Sì, però dico, fa ridere l'idea.
Jerry Highfill. Long time no see.
Blacksad, I didn't want to wake you. How's the boy?
Asleep.
I hope he recovers in time for the fight. I got tickets.
Poi biglietti
Although
per
between
l'incontro.
you and me, he doesn't stand a chance. It'll be a fun bout, nonetheless.
Dai,
Not
cazzo,
like this.
fai spostare quella tipa di leggere
God,
quando
this
legge le
is
cose.
boring.
No.
You want to smoke?
Don't smoke or drink. No vice for me. Smoking's dirty. Alcohol goes straight to your head. And women, they're all just mean. Well, everyone except mine.
Are you sure about that? Not even one little vice?
Nope. Between you and me, when someone gives in to vice, it's because something's missing. Something in their life just isn't right. I've got a good wife, a good job, a good house, a good TV, and a good hobby. Sports. Well, watching them, that is. What else do I need, eh? Blacksad, vice is for losers. Man, I'm bored.
Are the odds against Yale that bad?
The boy's talented, don't get me wrong. But stone is stone, you know? I bet half my pay, but you know, no vice for me.
You say you've got a good job, and yet you're bored.
Well, it's just a figure of speech, really. I like my job. Is it boring? Yes, but I can entertain myself with a good fight or a football game. Well, watching them, that is.
Well, I'm going back in.
Ah, tutto dentro devo fare, non posso neanche uscire per... Altra figurina, ma dove cazzo ne metti le figurine? Non ha senso, non ha senso scrivere a chi ha fatto il gioco e mettere decentemente le cose da trovare in giro, perché così fanno ridere. Vediamo se trovo qualcosa. Magari posso chiamare l'ospedale. No. Come cazzo la faccio spostare quello lì? Ah, ecco, c'ho altre cose da analizzare.
Is that eye movement normal?
Ah, forse posso dire... Posso chiamare l'asciura.
Is that eye movement normal?
No, ancora gli occhi, mi hai fottuto.
The hands say a lot about what's going on inside a person.
Mi manca l'udito. Tu.
He seems restless. Should I tell someone?
Ah, te di lui la sciura se non ricordo. Non bloccarti.
I won't be able to read Yale's medical report if she's around.
E parlaci però.
I won't be able to read Yale's medical report
Lo so
if
che
she's
non... Ma
around.
che cazzo dico se sta male il tizio? Me lo spieghi all'infermiere? No? No. Dove cazzo devo andare? No. No. Ma che cazzo devo andare? Qui non c'è nessun collegamento.
I need to take a look at his
Ah, c'è
medical
una
report.
pianta, c'è una pianta, c'è una pianta qua. Ci sono le tastine prima. Posso chiamarla la dottoressa? Scappa via, scappa via, scappa via. Se lei viene lì...
See,
tu
there's
posso
no
immaginare.
fever whatsoever. He must be having a nightmare.
Carolina,
Are
la
you sure?
Wouldn't you have nightmares too after what he went through yesterday? I know I sure wouldn't sleep.
I have nightmares myself, but those go way back.
Oh, the poor thing. Do you know what my nightmare
Diventare
is?
cane da macelli, dai, ti prego.
It's that witch I have to work with.
No.
Good thing she's got trauma surgery at 12:30, but I wish it were a little sooner, you know?
Ora modifico l'orologio, modifico.
Anyway, thank you for letting me know.
Adesso sto già
And for bringing
modifico
him
l'orologio
in.
come i peggior giochi degli anni 50.
You don't know how excited I am to be involved in a criminal case.
It might not be important, but I need
Che
to take
bello
a
quando
look at his
bastante
medical
usare la
report.
lancetta analogica per spostare. Oh, è già mezzogiorno come Fantozzi, la scena di Capodanno. Che ridere. 9, 8, alle 10:30.
It
Sì,
seems
cazzo,
like the
smandiamo
Doe
via.
nurse will be assisting Dr. Talbot during his 12:30 surgery. In 4 hours. Could I get them to operate any sooner?
Dov'è l'orologio? Prima ne ho visto uno. Quella è una sirena. L'orologio è dentro. Dani, ciao Dani. Adesso ti alzo un po'. Ti sento un po' basso.
I won't be able to
Tutto bene,
read
Dani?
Yale's medical report if she's around.
Ma un po' di merda. Ho fatto il test, sono positivo. Che coglione. Sì. Sì, tutto tranquillo. L'ho fatto solo perché un collega di papà è stato positivo, mio padre l'ha fatto, quindi l'ho fatto anch'io. Sai, contatti più stretti così ce ne passa o no? È positivo anche lui, sì. E anche mamma. Sì, tutto a posto. Il problema è che loro hanno fatto oggi abbiamo fatto oggi il vaccino di terza dose, loro due.
I won't be able to read Yale's medical report if
Sì.
she's around.
Sì, però dico. E vabbè. Più che altro è la merda adesso che l'8 e il 9 dovevo essere al lavoro in piscina. Devo andare allo stadio, sono proprio al limite. No, adesso, tanto adesso il molecolare vogliono fare che anche il rapido così vale, perché se no non te la cavi più senza, col molecolare. Eh, problema che il molecolare adesso si parla di metà mese almeno, ed è impossibile farlo. Infatti, ma il rapido oggi l'abbiamo fatto, sai perché? Ci si è messo in fila a una farmacia, senza prenotazione, all'una al chiuso, riapriva alle 3:30, siamo rimasti dall'una alle 3:30 fuori alla farmacia al freddo, per farti capire, per farlo. 2 ore e mezza davanti alla farmacia. Sì, sì, che due coglioni. Io sì, c'avevo il 5 io. Infatti devo disdirla e vedere un po' come va o no. Sì, che due coglioni. E vabbè. No, mi girerei tanto che adesso ero a casa giusto a fare un cazzo. Potevi farti 2 o 3 giri almeno, così di va per startene a casa. E vabbè, giocherò di più e leggerò di più, cosa devo fare? Mi basta tornare più che altro negativo quando devo tornare in ufficio, o no? Mm. Ma in realtà la gente farà meno tamponi e quindi si abbassa per forza. Mm. No, mi dico sbattere adesso sì, devo fare fra 10 giorni tutto, però che mi ho preso degli impegni, ho capito, il weekend dell'8 e il 9. E a casa te la fa arrivare, Dani. Vabbè, vedremo. Giro solamente le palle che avevo avuto un weekend liberi, non che si guarda le vacanze. E vabbè. Vabbè, almeno a domanda cosa fai a Capodanno, sai già la risposta, mi tocca stare a casa.
Trauma? Sherry speaking.
E quest'anno è
Get
Terzo
Dr.
Zangara,
Gregor
Capodanno,
Talbot,
cosa fai?
please.
Yes, 1 minute. No, actually, Dr. Talbot won't be in until
Oh no.
12:30 according to my registry. Can I ask who's calling, please?
Quest'anno, cosa fai a Capodanno? Non posso uscire, quindi
Sherry, this is Dr.
sto a
Talbot.
casa.
We have to reschedule the 12:30 procedure. I want everyone in the operating room in 5 minutes. If anyone gives you any grief, tell them it's a matter of life or death. Understood?
A matter of life and death, a matter of life and death. You gotta be kidding me. People.
Ah, beh, questo mi piace. Sto già deprimendo con gli altri due. C'è questa storia da solo, bravo.
All right, now. How do I put this? I need something that you...
Oh. Only if you guess why I'm giving it to you.
You want to help me solve a criminal investigation.
Well, aren't you smart? But be quick about it. You hear me, huh? If that witch comes back...
La vacca con lo smalto, che schifo. Sì, proprio la vacca. Cosa giochi, Dani, tu a... Bello che ti vedo online e nel gruppo con me non sei online sopra Discord. Sì, no, ti sei messo invisibile stasera alle 7. Tutto il giorno sei stato online, quando ero a casa anch'io, tutto il giorno. Sì, tutto il giorno ti ho visto giocare a Final Fantasy. No, da Discord. Sì, praticamente tu l'hai chiuso, stasera alle 8 l'hai chiuso, Danni, in invisibile, fino a prima eri online. Infatti, mi sa... infatti dicevo, tutto il giorno che gioca, ho detto, cazzo, oggi si sta spaccando di lavoro, Danni. No, certo.
What? What does it say here?
Ah, you know doctors. The top handwriting is mine. Let's see. Extra
No, per dire, perché vedevo
systole
online
and
burger, ma non
dehydration
te.
caused by panic attack.
Extra what?
You know, arrhythmia, like skipped heartbeats.
What about this here?
It's a good thing I know that Mr. Yale is in Dr. Ferguson's hands. Otherwise, I'd be
in 2
worried.
giorni.
Hey, no means no, miss.
You really don't know who I am, do you?
Miss, I've got orders. And the fact is, those orders say that...
There you
Un
are,
mesetto
Miss
fa.
Dunn.
No, praticamente per un po' di giocatori che pure in Giordania, ricordiamocelo tutti, 3 settimane.
Huh?
3 settimane, Dani.
Tell him, Blacksad. I can't get through that thick skull of his.
You see, Highfill, this is my assistant, Jerry.
Assistant? How so?
She's helping me with the investigation.
Between you and me, and all due respect, miss, but aren't we taking this woman's liberation a little too far? All right, go ahead. I guess it's her business after all.
Your assistant? You think I'd make a good detective?
Yeah, you're smart and brave. 2 of our hallmark traits.
Wow. I think that's the first nice thing you've ever said to me. Anyway, you did your job. I'll send you a check the day after the fight. You can leave now.
No. She's gonna do something stupid. Sonia, don't.
He killed my father. You said so yourself.
Your father wouldn't want you to do this. He was a just man, and this is not justice.
Look at your face. He did that, didn't he? How could he not be guilty?
You can't take justice into your own hands. Believe me, it will haunt you as long as you live.
Shut up. None of that matters. How could he not be guilty?
Since nothing else is working, it's time to bluff it. You know I emptied that gun when I found it in the safe. No!
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 L'ha sparato. No, Dio cane, no.
Why did you
L'ha ucciso. Ma porco Dio.
say that?
Ciao, fa. Ah,
Sonia, don't.
He killed my father. You said so yourself.
Ok, posso rifarlo.
No, I told you I
No, io non
wasn't
l'ho mai
sure.
comprata.
Look at your face. He did that, didn't he? How could he not be guilty?
Your father sacrificed everything to pay your...
Perché non lo sento fra io? Cioè, sì, ma tu fai due cose. Io te lo segui il microfono o lo mandi dopo a cagare.
way through college. If you do this, you'll destroy the future your father wanted you to have.
Shut up. None of that matters. How could he not be guilty?
All right, shoot. I'll arrest you myself. Are you that eager to rot in prison? Shh. It's okay.
Uncle Tim!
Sweetie, I came back from Los Angeles as soon as I could.
I told you not to rush back.
Come on now, honey. Aren't you going to introduce me to your friend?
No, this is John Blacksad, the detective who found Bobby.
Oh, so this is strictly professional. I thought you had some good news for your uncle.
No, Uncle Tim, don't be silly.
Come on, we'd better let him rest. I see. Let's say you're right and Bobby Yale is innocent. Who should we focus on now?
We?
Well, your father turned down my money, but he made me promise one thing, that I'd take care of you if anything happened to him.
But I can...
I know you're perfectly capable of managing that gym on your own, but we don't even know if he'll be ready to fight Stone. Besides, someone seems really invested in stopping that fight, and someone has to pay
Bravo,
Mr.
Franco,
Blacksad
giochi
to get to the
a Rocket
bottom
League,
of all this.
bravo.
Please, talk some sense into her.
It's your life. As much as you love your uncle, it's up to you to decide whether you want his help or not.
Blacksad, I was just starting to like you.
All right. Thank you, Uncle. Thank you so much.
All right, stop crying or it'll ruin your makeup, honey. Now fix yourself up and I'll buy you some breakfast.
Wait, my purse.
I'll get it.
Fai tempo a giocare 8 partite da Rocket League.
It must be...
Blacksad,
Adesso il mio amico mi fa, oh, scaricati Rocket League, dai, dai, dai. Ah, ho detto, scaricati Halo, l'ho detto. E siamo a posto. Facciamo. Tanto è gratis. Perché non ha senso Rocket League come gioco, non ha un cazzo... dimmi che... No, che fisica ha del gioco. Sì, però non mi fa impazzire la roba della fisica che c'ha, cioè minchia. Non è un gioco che dopo puoi giocarci tanto peso, dopo ti rompi il cazzo perché succhi.
wait a minute. I think she needs some time alone, just like you and me. Listen, boy, do whatever it takes to find
Vedi,
Joe's
Andre da
murderer.
solo,
Whatever it
porti
takes.
tutti, gioca da
If
solo.
things get messy, don't worry. I'll clean them up. Deal?
Cioè, non vuol dire un cazzo perché Andre giocava da solo ed era il più forte di tutti.
Sure.
Andre,
I'll do my best.
Thank you.
cioè, giocava
I
sempre
trust you to get that ball to
giocava
the
sempre
end
da
zone.
solo ed era forte.
No. Are you telling stories about the great iron arm again?
Wait a minute.
Sì,
Of course, the milestone
quindi ti
quarterback.
Ti caricano
Tim
sempre fra
Iron
un
Arm
gioco
Thorpe.
nell'altro.
It's a good thing folks usually recognize me sooner. Blacksad, you coming to breakfast?
I'd love to, but I have to go ask for a favor.
Sì, sì, sì. Questo dicono pure le donne quando le porti a letto. Oddio, ma sei il migliore di tutti. Mm. Quando
The investigation required that I ask Jake for a small favor. Or demand it, if worst came to worst.
Orso contro... Orso contro scimpanzé.
Huh. That lizard isn't Yale's doctor.
Qual è il livello più alto? Ok, io sono tipo livello 16-15 ero, quindi devo mettermi di nuovo a giocare. Ora che più tempo potrei di non c'è chi piace. Vabbè, legge. Io ci stavo giocando un botto con lo stocco, col tocco e il quadro di ghiaccio giocavo. Perché era la... Quindi fra quando è che ti compri il Word? Cioè, nel senso, guadagna 4k al mese quest'uomo e poi fa il tirchio, guarda. Cioè, guadagna abbastanza da mantenere Fabio per i prossimi 30 anni. Cioè, e non puoi comprargli un gioco? È una merda. Come quando voleva Diablo 2 Remastered che tu mi hai comprato. Che una merda sei. Gli potevi regalare a Natale, gli hai regalato? Giro del cazzo, mamma mia. 5k al mese neanche gli regala un gioco. Madonna, quanto fai schifo. Cioè, non solo lui ti ospita tutti i weekend dalla zia a mangiare a scrocco. No. Gli amici di D&D gli regalano gioie. Non guardare gli altri, esatto. Cioè, tu sei suo cugino, sangue del suo sangue. Cioè, chi è che sotterrà in casa per 40 anni? No, io tu. Fabio, Vittoria, Lucia e Fra. C'ho già la casa. Perché Silvia andrà via tu starai al piano sopra con Lucia, Vittoria e Fabio nello scannatoio sotto. E, e- eh sì, bellissimo. E sentirai urlare. Sì, gli hai spiegato perché o è un po' adulterato? Ah, non hai spiegato perché. Eh no, sai papà, Silvia è molto libertina.
Not the smartest cookie in the jar, nor the most tactful. But do I trust him? No. Do I consider him a friend? Yes.
Ma che fratello del cazzo? Non so se è un cugino del cazzo, è anche un fratello di merda. C'è solo pregi fra...
He's been training with those same
Mamma
shorts
mia.
for who
Cioè,
knows
quando
how
doveva
long.
mantenere Silvia e Fabio per 40 anni, non va bene?
I hope he never feels inclined to hit me. He's twice my size.
Come?
Hey,
Sì,
Jake.
tipo il grattino,
Not now, John.
il gratta e vinci. Oh, turista per sempre.
Hey, Jake.
I said not now.
Hey, hi.
Hey, focus, will you?
How many hits does a
I
boxer
10
take
anni
to
di
the
Fabio
head throughout
Alboli,
his
hai
career?
ragione, sono tutti gli anniversari quest'anno. Siete, siete- siete proprio, siete
This
proprio
one's got
stronzi
extra padding,
comunque, eh.
just like Jake.
No, va per i 10 e mezzo adesso. 2021, 10. No, no, vabbè, questo, dai, minchia.
Hey, Jake.
Questo
Damn it!
l'anno
Wait a
buono.
minute.
Ma Cristo, vuoi
Hey, Jake.
disfonermi, scimpanzé di merda?
I
Voglio
said
parlare.
not now.
Ma ha parlato, eh?
All right, that's
Two.
enough. Take
Sospetto.
5. Go on.
Perché mi hanno appena buttato fuori, la risposta è quella.
What, John? What's so important?
Ma dimmi che...
Have you noticed anything strange about Sonia?
I don't know. Yesterday she said she
Perché i
hated the
compagni di
job.
corso di Fabio.
But it also seemed like she wanted to save the place. Do you get any of this? I sure don't.
Siamo più...
The gym is paying her way
Sei
through
proprio
college,
stronzo.
and she still has a year left. I guess she doesn't have any other option. Why are you coaching that guy?
Oh, that's right. You don't know. Sonia asked me to run the gym. Well, at least the fun part. As soon as Bobby Yale's back on his feet, I'll turn him into a champ. I'll make him
Io
crush
posso
stone. Just you wait. What? Why
Hanno
are you
fatto
looking
eventi
at me
di Natale, non
like
c'è un cazzo quest'anno. Su Heroes of the
Is it the
Storm.
first time you coached anyone?
that? Yeah,
Stai giocando
but,
adesso, no?
you think I can't do this, don't you? Well, screw you. We'll win
La
that
domanda
fight.
è, Jaina è in versione porca o in versione normale?
Could you tell me where O'Leary's headquarters are?
Oz. Oz.
What for? No. You could get me into trouble. No way.
You lied to me yesterday, and being the good friend that I am, I kept your secret. You owe me. I don't think I'd keep protecting you if we weren't friends. Although, if we were
Nicola Sparks.
friends, you wouldn't hesitate to help me. Tell me, Jake, are we friends or not?
Damned cat. All right. O'Leary's hideout is in the basement of a Chinese restaurant. But I don't even know how to get in.
Well, I'll see you tonight.
Wait, were we supposed to meet?
Of course. Your place, 11 p.m. See you there.
Ronald, the break's over.
After 30 hours of work and several beatings, every bone in my body ached for a bed.
Now it's my turn.
So I went home to recharge. Because the night ahead was bound to be promising.
Vedi? Vedi? E stai ancora ridendo di quello, quindi? Ti ha lasciato un sacco, vedi? Fra, ti lamenti, ma eppure ti lascia ancora bei ricordi, vedi? Quindi ha fatto il suo lavoro. Le ore di permesso che Fra prendeva il venerdì apposta, lui che ha fatto il venerdì mezza giornata per giocare al Go Classic, non esisteva in ditta. Ha chiesto il congedo parentale, Fra che non poteva averlo, ha detto ho un figlio a carico di 27 anni, Fabio, ha detto ce l'ho a carico e... Esatto. Il part-time per giocare.
What do you know about that basement?
Ti danno anche la 104 a Lucia come accompagnamento.
Nothing?
Come on, Jake, for Christ's sake.
Ma quei cazzo di baffi lì non sono legali, c'è qualche problema.
I'm running out of threats to get you talking, Jake. And frankly, I don't want things to get violent.
I've come to get O'Leary several times, but they always make me wait in the dining room. One day it was so late that the restaurant was closed. They made me call from a payphone in that alley over there to let them know I was here. A few minutes later, O'Leary came out the back door. That red one there.
Back door.
All right. You stay by the payphone. Wait till I'm inside. If you see anyone, call the same number you did that one time. Let it ring twice and hang up. Got it?
Screw you.
A promising night indeed.
E fa uscirò.
A bit too high to climb. If the basement I'm looking for were in that building.
Una classificata, hai detto? Una classificata? Una ranked?
Does he need a shotgun to deal with suppliers?
Sì, esatto, li vive bene, li vive.
I'm guessing it lights up when they ring at the main door. Maybe it leads to the basement. Would he even notice if I got in? Something tells me he'd notice me no matter how stealthy I was.
Ah.
Could it be an elevator shaft? How does this thing open?
Tipo delle loro prenotazioni, ma non più adeguato.
What happened? Should we run for it?
Do I look like I'm in a hurry? There's a guy watching TV inside the restaurant. A red panda, I think.
Doesn't ring a bell. I don't recall any panda waiters.
Dura 6
Are you
mesi.
done?
What do you think? There's a trapdoor on the ground, right by the restaurant.
O
Does that
come
sound
me,
familiar?
Huh?
No, oggi l'ho chiamato 6 volte e non mi ha risposto, perché e la TS uguale, prima che domani lo richiamo ancora e mi fotto un cazzo anche se poi si parla del primo 2, perché sennò fino al 3 non so un cazzo e non ha senso. Perché se quello non si muove a rispondermi, dopo sono rimasto bloccato perché e non so che cazzo fare, capito? Siete prima vero che in mezzo alle vacanze così c'è qualcuno che è già partito, sta già facendo i cazzi suoi o no?
The restaurant or the trapdoor?
Okay. Forget it.
What's taking you so long?
You want to switch places? From the back door, I can see a hall that might lead to the basement. Does that sound familiar?
O'Leary sometimes comes from a hallway, but who knows if it's that one?
I need you to go to the front door and ring the bell.
All right, is there a bar in that alley? Have you been drinking?
Count to 30, ring the bell, then run for the car. Got it?
Whoa, you better send a bunch of Natalias my way after this. So, now what are you gonna do?
I'll open the door with my lockpicks. Once I'm in, I'm still not sure if I'll take the hall or the door on the right. The lock on that door was not your standard model. I had to give it my all.
Ce l'ho fatta, sì, entrare nella porta. Mi serve una luce prima che si scarichi l'accendino. Cazzo, ma qui non sono delle luci queste. Che cazzo è la luce? Eppure la vedo lì, perché non me la preme? Ho sbagliato. Io vedo le luci di ma non riesco a capire come cazzo fare. Non è lui. Dove cazzo trovo? Io l'ho vista la luce, ma non riesco a attivarla. Boh, c'è qualche problema, non ho trovato come accendere la luce. Strano, cazzo, non l'avevo vista.
Oh, no, not now! Some answers only come to you when it's far too late.
Cazzo, ma io l'ho vista Lucidi, non mi dire cazzate. No, ma l'ho vista, non riesco a prenderla col cazzo di accendino, ci sei, ma non riesco a capire come cazzo. Ah, questa è la luce di prima, ok, va bene. Dove cazzo è la luce da premere? Dove cazzo è? Dopo la raccolgo. Eccola lì. Sei lì, è lì la luce, dai, cazzo, aspetta, prendila. Ti ho visto. Dove cazzo è la luce? Dimmelo. Perché mi sono bloccato? Perché sono bloccato? Non riesco a prenderla, figa. La vedo anche. Non si è mica buggato il gioco. No, che mi dice premi qua. Che cazzo è la luce però? Io la vedo lì e tu non mi vedi un cazzo. Ah madonna, quando fa così il gioco che in mezzo al nulla non vuole andare avanti. Vediamo che cazzo è. Aspetta che ci sono un sacco di là. No. Ah, c'è una torcia, fanculo, ma che cazzo dite la torcia? La torcia.
Why do they have so many paper notes? Do they get that many orders?
Ora con la torcia non trovo più le figurine, non ha senso sta cosa qua, vabbè. Devo fare due run solo per le figurine, non ha senso. Ho fatto più figurine con la
I was expecting some frozen bodies. It won't budge.
No, non è qua, qui sotto. Ah, c'è un fermo. Il rumore no, tanto il rumore ti sente che muovi una porta secondaria di ferro.
The odds are incredibly in Stone's favor. I guess that he's the reigning champion, And Bobby Yale is just a contender, but maybe word got out about his condition.
Scali late. Quanti giochi.
Huh. Looks like those colorful notes weren't restaurant orders after all. There's one on each table, except this one. Does O'Leary have a network of pals? Wow. I didn't realize you could place so many bets on a single baseball game. A little thingamajig that adds on its own. What'll they think of next? It looks like a summary of all the bets that come in. Day, amount, bet, wagerer. Wait a minute. Did O'Leary himself bet $5,000 on Yale? 16 days until the fight. Sometimes I forget that criminals, even the office variety, have family and kids. Anyway, maybe things aren't so bad on the dark side.
Non c'è nient'altro che devo fare, no? Pesce gatto.
Could that be Ireland?
Facciamo così ciccioso adesso.
Even Dunn had a gun in his office. O'Leary couldn't possibly be the exception. Dunn had $200 in his safe. O'Leary had about $20,000 in a drawer. A Crossler? The good news is, I don't need lockpicks to open it. The bad news, I didn't bring explosives.
Aspetta, non è facile capire come cazzo puntare le cose qua ogni tanto.
Limited edition copy 2 of 3. We listen, if you call it listening, to the sentimental romance. Your eyes act like the moon. If they're not together anymore, why does O'Leary keep so many pictures of romantic moments with Helen Moore? The painting concealed file after file of celebrity reports with all sorts of shady information, ranging from S to Z. Almost all of them were athletes. Is that what O'Leary meant when he said that detectives and police officers were his friends? I wonder how many spy for him. If I were to pitch in, who would I spy on? According to Stone's report, he was so clean, not to mention hard to corrupt, that O'Leary opted for a more subtle strategy. Apparently, when he broke up with the tennis player Helen Moore, he set her up with Stone. Lucky for him, they hit it off. As I put away the report, I stopped in my tracks. Did I really want to risk knowing what O'Leary had on my good friend, the incorruptible police commissioner? To be honest, Smirnov had anything to hide. I'd rather not know about it. In Bobby Yale's folder, all I found was a log of his incredible stats as an aspiring champion. 20 victories, 16 by knockout. Although, at the end of the report, someone had underlined one word several times: untouchable. Thorpe had been a rising football star before the war, which he came back from with honors and decorations. After the truce, he resumed his career. He won 3 season trophies and a couple of MVP awards. He retired after an accident that left him paralyzed from the waist down. He started his own sports advertising agency 4 years ago, but according to the files, O'Leary hadn't even tried to corrupt him. I'd say that's Ireland too.
Ma spegni la luce, coglione. Se non spegni la luce ti beccano al volo se qualcuno è entrato dentro a trafugare, no? Sei proprio un coglione come ispettore, fatelo dire. Ma spegni quella cazzo di luce, no? Ah sì, ok. Sono cretini. Sì, cioè non ha senso.
Strange as it may seem, the reports revealed that O'Leary had hired Jake as a bodyguard precisely because he was absolutely clean. Apparently, he liked to surround himself with honest people when he mingled with the high society.
Un coglione.
Helen Moore's file was, by far, one of the juiciest. She had been just a run-of-the-mill tennis player until O'Leary launched her career by rigging enough games to help her climb the ranking. However, O'Leary hadn't fixed any of her games in over a year. In spite of that, she remained undefeated. Be as it may, it was clear that O'Leary had enough information to ruin her career. Luckily or not, Files N through R included no one that I could somehow connect to the case.
Sì. E altri cattivi di Spider.
The report on Yale's father was the shortest of all, since only his name was left. Why?
Tu non dici nessuno.
Cassidy's report was possibly the longest among all of O'Leary's files. Apparently, the rivalry went way back. So much so that they spied on each other in the most unthinkable ways. At least I was able to confirm what Yale had told me. Cassidy had threatened Dunn after he refused to join the managers' union.
Vediamo un attimo.
Dunn's integrity was legendary, even in O'Leary's shady reports, just like Yale had said. Dunn had kicked one of O'Leary's men out of the gym when he found him snooping around.
Vediamo un po'. No. No. No, che cazzo è? Allora, cosa posso fare? No, ho un'informazione. No, aspetta, quindi è... Oh, no, ho sbagliato, cazzo. Ah.
I'd say O'Leary has threatened Stone with ruining Moore's career.
C'è una penna, ho messo là, ma non cazzo. Ogni tanto mica mi impappino questi comandi qua. Ok, da qua cosa cazzo posso fare da qua? cazzo devo fare adesso? Mi sono bloccato. Dice una penna. Non ho più collegamenti però.
Ireland, of course. This guy's obsessed.
Dove cazzo devo andare adesso? Ok. Dove
Jake.
cazzo scappo di qua?
Someone was coming.
Are we or are we not exemplary workers, Jimmy? Here it is, middle of the night.
Cazzo, ho sbagliato con Quick Time Event. Porca puttana.
Jake. Someone was coming.
È bello quando sbaglio non Quick Time Event, sbaglio left and right.
Are we
Yeah.
or are we not exemplary workers, Jimmy?
Dall'uomo che ha una laurea in ingegneria ma non sa ancora applicare
Here it is, middle of the night.
Ma Cristo Dio! Andare a sinistra, che cazzo sbaglio? Faccio sbagliare ancora. Left è questo, devo andare di là. Io sto
Jake.
sbagliando le cose più stupide. E poi una
Someone
volta
was
riparte
coming.
sempre dal pezzo all'inizio.
Are we or are we not exemplary workers, Jimmy? Here it is, middle of the night. And we're working extra hours. Hey, Jimmy, what do you think about that?
I think he's scared stiff, Desmond.
Why's that, Jimmy? We're giving you the red carpet treatment. We even let you in the boss's office.
You're one lucky fellow.
You can't say I don't treat you well, Jimmy. Yeah,
Speak, you moron.
very well. Why are you... Shh. Calm down. How long have you worked for me, Jimmy?
3 months. 3 months.
Oh, yeah. I hired you right after your cousin Martin died. I need your opinion. How would you punish someone for ruining an innocent man's life with a hit and run, Jimmy?
I don't know.
Then tell me, what about you, Wilson? What would you do?
No, please. I didn't do anything. I swear.
O'Leary, the police have surrounded the...
Non fammi i cazzi miei.
You don't need to worry about that.
Volevo fare l'eroe, ma non puoi fare l'eroe. 1 contro 6, posso un po' più
You
male.
can't say I don't treat you well, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Speak, you moron.
No, ma tutto a
Very
zero.
well. Why are you...
Ma cazzo, ma
Calm
come faccio a
down.
mettere la scelta? Non tutto
How
il
long have
dialogo
you
prima.
worked for me, Jimmy?
Questa è una cosa che odio.
3 months. 3 months.
Oh, yeah. I hired you right after your cousin Martin died.
Come volte
I
poi
need
magari
your
sbagli
opinion.
all'ultima, quindi farti
How
tutto
would
da
you
zero,
punish
tutti i coglioni.
someone for ruining an innocent man's life with a hit and run, Jimmy?
I don't know.
And tell me, what about you, Wilson? What would you do?
Please. I didn't do anything. I swear.
He was a good guy. Of course, you already knew that. You knew him better than me, right?
He was my cousin.
That's why I hired you, Jimmy. You see, Martin was a dear friend. And his widow said you were a nice kid. That you do a good job. And you needed the money. And I have a soft spot for those in need.
Please.
But, you know what? I talked to her just yesterday. She told us you did some naughty things to her with that gun, Jimmy.
No.
That's no way to treat a widow, is it?
She's lying. Why would I do that?
What about the kid? Are you so sure you know how long a kid can hold his breath? With his little head inside a toilet bowl?
Son of a bitch.
I didn't want to. It was his idea.
Leave him alone, O'Leary. You can't just take...
Oh, yes.
Niente.
Yes, I can.
Devo fare tutto da zero ancora, mi sparo cazzo.
What about the kid? Are you so sure you know how long a kid can hold his breath? With his little head inside a toilet bowl?
Son of a
Ma
bitch.
no, la terza generazione salta, porca cazzatella.
I didn't want to. It was his idea.
Selfishly, I was glad I hadn't risked my life to save Jimmy. Maybe not even someone like him deserves to die. But one could also argue that I didn't deserve to die for someone like him.
Who's your boss? Give me a name!
Cassidy. It was his idea. He said you'd hired me if I'd managed to scare the widow, and I just...
All right. Let's just calm down now. It's gonna be okay. There are two sacred principles that rule my life. The first principle is the love for my family. I do anything to protect them. The second principle, I never put my future in the hands of fate. I always play it nice and safe. And I would even add a third principle, or better yet, a rule. If anything threatens either of these two crucial principles, I take matters into my own hands. You see where this is going? For the first time, I got someone killed, even though all I really did was rat him out.
No, I just...
Stop interrupting me, Jimmy! It's not polite! You're all the same. So rude. You know what? Let's leave it at that. You're going to give a message to that disgusting walrus Cassidy, aren't you?
Yeah, sure. Whatever you say. Yeah, sure.
Good boy.
What's the message?
Oh, Jimmy. You still don't get it, do you? You are the message. Come on. Wrap him up. Make sure Cassidy gets the message for breakfast, will you? I hope he chokes on it.
Got it.
Where are you hiding, little fishy? Once again, you didn't get to hear the end of my story.
No, cazzo, sono un coglione. Ma sul 50% sbaglio sempre l'iterazione, si può essere sfigati? Figa, sul 50% sbaglio sempre, buono. Ancora. Oh, leva.
What? Just where do you think you're going, putty cat? Two sacred principles rule my life. The first is the love I feel for my family. The second, never leave destiny in the hands of fate. I always play it nice and safe. And I'd even add a third principle, or better yet, a rule. If anything threatens either of these two principles, I take matters into my own hands. The first time that someone died because of me, even though all I did was rat him out, well, that guy ended up in the Hudson River, right off Pier 27. He's got to be even wetter than that fish by now. You should have seen his face.
It's interesting what comes to mind when you think you're about to die. Suddenly all I could think about was how much I wanted a pet fish.
Anyway, I was 14 years old, and I still dream about what is real and is.
By then, I was adamant about buying a fish. But first...
That was that. Never again. Nowadays,
whether it's me who pulls the trigger or not, I have zero regrets. What's more, I sort of enjoy it.
In case anyone had any doubts about who's the boss around here, I'll put my dirty feet on his luxurious table to prove that all of this is mine. When a mob boss declares his love of family, it can only mean that A, he won't hesitate to ruin yours, and B, he's cheating on his wife. His pupils are dilated, and there's a slight grin on his face. The bastard is enjoying himself. The guy never hesitates to pull the trigger. Even if I hadn't seen what he did to Jimmy, I'd know he's not bluffing. I knew I had it in me to get out of that place alive.
Come uscire da qui? No, cazzo, aspetta. O Larry punta 5k su quello. Gioca sempre sul sicuro. No, aspetta. No, aspetta. Ho coscienza. Aspetta, cosa cazzo posso fare? Che cazzo posso collegare insieme? Ah, cazzo.
No. O'Leary's wife is having an affair with Colbert? Should I serve this to O'Leary on a silver platter? Or threaten Colbert so he'll get me out of this mess?
And, well, that's it, I think. You know, Blacksad, I never made it this far. Congratulations, you're going in style.
I didn't want to interrupt you because I respect you and your word. Colbert told me to come here.
What? Me? No way! You did what? Colbert? When?
Yeah, remember? At that bar on 33rd and Main Street. Don't you remember that cocky drunk guy?
No.
He kept bragging about how he was banging another guy's wife.
Oh? Oh, yeah. Weird times, huh?
Yeah, and you congratulated me for finding Yale and saving your life.
Several times.
Then you assured me that O'Leary would thank me.
Well, I didn't put it that way, but yeah.
And then you told me to come here to ask the boss himself.
Yeah. I think you deserve it. Right, Desmond? Oh, Blacksad. Thank you. And sorry for jumping to conclusions.
Oof.
First, you get a random beating from Wilson. And here we are. When you shared what you'd found in Yale's apartment, well, it made me sort of want to trust you. But as you well know, you can't trust anyone in this world. Take it. It's only fair.
I want to bet it all on the fight, on Sonia Dunn's behalf.
Oh, what a romantic you are. We listen, if you call it listening, to the sentimental romance.
Your eyes act like the moon.
Ah, a cultured man. Anyway, go ahead. Play.
I bet it all on Yale.
Oh, Blacksad. Aren't these odd hours to pay me a visit? Your message was important, but certainly not urgent. It could have waited until tomorrow, don't you think?
We cats and wolves hunt at night. I wish I was a noir fiction writer. At this very moment, I could write a couple of pointed, ironic remarks for the narrator to recount what I just lived through. The dark, crooked alleys of New York reminded me of the state of my own soul. No. Fall loomed over me with the... Fall struck me with the full force of my long...
Vediamo come sono messo con il Blacksad. Duro, sono più sensibile di duro, più cauto, pragmatico, romantico, ma
Lost youth. Nah, not that. Fall descended over me with the full weight of a guilty conscience.
Perché mi sta picchiando un tapiro? Sì, esatto, no, sono stati non picchiati tipo come sta facendo, cose brumotti. C'è una mappa in cui il posto viene picchiato brumotti. No, 2 o 3 giochi.
What were you thinking? He wants him alive!
Sì, perché fa schifo da solo, capito?
I felt fall seep through my bones like the pain of a good
lei non sta continuando a morire. Chi è che sta continuando a morire?
Mediocre, but appropriate.
Hai capito? Sempre di striscia comunque, no? No, sta... sì, vabbè, perché l'ha pagata Staffelli. Manco con le seghe per farsela. Sì, sì. È quello degli animali. Sì, sì, lui. Proprio lui.
Against all odds, next morning I got up bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Sì.
And I had my kind, unknown assailants to thank. The beating had taken its toll, but for the first time in months, I had slept like a baby.
Oh, come on, Helen, focus! All right, take 5. We'll work on that double backhand later.
Well, Mr. Blackmore, what can I do for the FBI?
What every blue-blooded American should do. Ride the wave of success, on a global scale if possible.
Yeah, sure. We have to beat those commies on every battlefield, be it in Korea, a clay court, or Wimbledon. But that's not what you mean, right?
Maybe if we could speak in private?
Alec!
Coming!
You've got 4 minutes, Mr. Blackmore, so... make them count.
We know about you and Desmond O'Leary.
Wow. The FBI sure knows what it's doing. So, out of the 100 million Americans who know about that, who did you extort to get such highly confidential information?
The thing is, well...
You see, I'd love to wipe out that part of my past, but whatever.
Do you have any regrets?
Ads pay more than trophies. Can you believe it? Being associated with such a shady character could only damage my reputation. Trust me, never get involved with a married man.
They say you're currently involved with Al Stone, the boxer. Is that correct?
Wow, your sagacity never ceases to amaze me.
Don't beat around the bush. We know why you're with him.
Oh, so you like his biceps too?
Desmond O'Leary asked you to seduce Stone. Why?
What? No, I met Al by chance at a party. A party hosted by Desmond O'Leary. No, that can't be. No one is that shrewd. Not even him. Damn, I hate that bastard.
We know you smuggle contraband during your international tournaments.
Oh, really? Are you sure? Like, what exactly?
I think she called my bluff. Or did she? Should I follow through or say I was kidding? I'm convinced you're part of a dangerous international network that smuggles champies.
For a moment there, I thought you were serious. Glad to see the FBI has a sense of humor. You've got my full attention now.
We're aware of at least 6 rigged games during your first year as a professional player.
And?
You won all of them.
Are you trying to offend me? I give my all on the court. I can't be held accountable if my rivals don't do the same. Go interrogate them. In any case, now I know why you mentioned O'Leary. What do you really have against him? And don't say illegal gambling.
O'Leary is a murderer. Every criminal organization has blood on his hands. His is no exception. And we have proof.
Well, what's the big deal? At least it's not a matter of, I don't know, smuggling champies.
I'm serious, Miss Moore. America can't afford to let anyone shake its foundations like that. And America's sweetheart can't afford it either. Help us out. Talk to us.
And why should I, Mr. Blackmore? What do I stand to gain or lose?
The FBI always returns a favor.
Oh yeah? Are they gonna rig my games? This is actually quite simple.
one lucky gal.
You have a light, sir?
The pearly white teeth of someone who barely smokes. Am I making her nervous? Damn. I'm almost out of fluid.
Want to know my trick? Go down to start, then up with it, and then down again. Thanks.
Fra.
I don't know what you want me to say. You're trying to frame O'Leary, perhaps rightfully so, but I think you're barking up the wrong tree. Believe me, if I had the slightest...
Come on, Helen. Time to work on your backhand. Let's go.
Do you smoke? Nice meeting you, Mr. Blackmore. Did you bring my water?
Il tuono. Eh, ma questo è perché sono tormentato io dentro, capito? E quindi...
America's sweetheart gave you her cigarette? Dear God, she has the hots for you! I can't believe you said good old Weekly to investigate that stupid walrus while you were hanging out with Helen Moore herself! So, what do you say, you and me, we change places next time, huh?
Your turn. Now tell me, what did you find out?
You're gonna love this. You ready? I've got news, but I happen to also have a
Blacksad.
Thank you so much, Mr. Blacksad.
Huh? Oh, Mrs. Colbert.
My husband woke me up this morning with roses and breakfast in bed. He said he had a scare last night, although he won't give me any details, and that he's been thinking about me ever since. He wants to take me to Niagara Falls for a second honeymoon.
That's nice, but I don't know why you're thanking me.
Are you kidding? Remember how I doubted him, but you made me change my mind? If he had suggested to take me to Niagara Falls when I still suspected him, I would have thought it was just a cover. Or worse still, a way to clean his conscience.
Sì.
Well, I only did my job as honestly as I could. Enjoy your marriage. I hope you and your husband are happy.
Sono gratis, Fran. Solo se metti la carta di credito. No, non è vero. Cioè...
But what just happened? Is there anything you didn't tell me?
Maybe. But now it's your turn. Tell me about Cassidy. Come on, spit it out.
I didn't find anything suggesting that Cassidy had anything to do with Dunn's murder, but...
That's quite the tale.
But I know Cassidy will be playing poker tonight with one Howard M. Farnham II, a Texas tycoon looking to get his claws on the boxing business. I also know that he and Cassidy have never met in person, and that Farnham, who's staying at the Balford Hotel, hasn't left his room. Apparently, he spent the night with 3 bottles of bourbon. So, here's my incredible plan. I'll go to the hotel. I'd knock him out. And then take his place in the poker game. That way, I'll get Cassidy talking. What do you think? Incredible, right?
Didn't we agree that you would handle Helen more while I dealt with Cassidy next time? No?
Basta, partita persa, da buttare. Minchia, per colpa di Fra si suca. Madonna. Cazzo, Fra, ma come fai adesso? Eh sì, sai che dice così, i perdenti. Tipo, l'importante è partecipare, cheat i secondi. L'ha mai detto Michael Phelps? No. No, noi siamo amici solo perché è il cugino di Fabio. Se no, quel baffetto da Hitler messicano Rodolfo Valentino. Devo fare 800 collegamenti, ma sono una cazzina dietro l'altra, quindi non riesco mai a staccare.
Good afternoon, Mr. Farnham.
What's going on?
Allow me to introduce myself. John Blackmore. I work for Frank Cassidy. He asked me to bring you these bottles so you could choose which one you prefer for the game.
Oh, sure. I was fixing to leave, but I guess them monuments ain't going anywhere. Well, come on in then.
Getting in Farnham's room was easy. Earning his trust was another story. I always have an ace up my sleeve.
Blackmore, you okay, partner?
The best way to earn someone's trust is to make them believe they've earned yours. And sometimes, the best way to fake it is to tell the truth. I don't know where to begin. They killed my girlfriend. And no matter how hard I try, I just can't let go.
Those bastards paid for what they done to you, boy.
They paid.
Well, good. Honor's being restored, and sure enough, our good Lord will see to it that they burn in hell. You need to move on, partner. Plenty of lookers out there. Find yourself a charming lady friend, even if it costs you a pretty penny.
One of the tricks of this trade is to be wary of the biases we all have. They cloud our judgment and blur the person in front of us, painting them with the shades of our preconceived notions of who they should be. But every once in a while, you run into someone so locked in personality that they can only be regarded as a stereotype. Farnham was a disgrace, not only to himself, but to Texas and the entire human race. I think I had to impersonate him. I wish I was like you. You seem so content, so free of burdens.
Stop right there, partner. You think this old dog don't have ticks? Let me tell you something about my first wife. Woo-wee!
Once I had gained Farnham's trust, the hard part was deciding what I needed to know to become him and not get myself killed.
Oddio, la cornacchia come quella di Dumbo. Dimmi che sei razzista, ti prego. Tipo come i corvi.
What can I do for you, sir?
Howdy.
name's Howard M. Farnham II. Okay. Should I know you? What can I do for you, sir? I'm here to play me some poker. You got the wrong place, sir. Did you miss the barbershop sign above the door? You have a good evening, sir.
No, ho sbagliato.
Wait,
Che sbatti, faccio proprio schifo.
The hard part was deciding what I needed to know to become him and not get myself killed.
Vediamo un po'
what
come
can
andare
I do
avanti
for
di
you,
prova.
sir?
Farnham was one hell of a drinker. I had to get the information out of him before he drank himself unconscious. Otherwise, I'd have to find that information myself. Ding Dong? Interesting name for a town.
Yes, I got a Vietnamese shave last night. No, please, come in. Of course, I remember you. Take a seat.
Non mi sgozza, figa.
I'm sure you'll understand we can't be too careful. Our host has many enemies, and someone has to keep them at bay.
Sure, I get it.
I'm glad to hear that. Now, please answer my question. How much does it cost to get yourself a clean Vietnamese shave?
Quanto costa un taglio vietnamita? Ci sarà scritto se giro la pagina, no?
Damn, sure enough, booze put the nail on the coffin of my first marriage. You know, the wife that caught me cheating with the maid. My second marriage, too. You know what I did to her daddy? Same old with several mistresses. So I decided to stick to my guns and only deal with hookers. Even if I did end up marrying some.
I feel you, Mr. Farnham. So I'm going to be honest with you. I'm Cassidy's slave. He lent me the money for a game deposit, and I lost it all. Now I have to work off my debt.
Oh, Cassidy's not your problem, son. It's poverty. Sure enough, I had to pay my own deposit this morning to y'all. And that was just petty cash to me.
Petty cash, to be honest. I asked you how much.
Of course they gave me my receipts. These things I have, boy. Wait, I'll show you. I got it somewhere. Just a sec. I'll get it. I just put it over. I think he's. I'll be right back.
Che cazzo l'ha messa che l'ha ricevuta? Ecco, mi sparerà 3 volte in fronte.
Farnham's address book. Who knows what kind of shitty characters are in there? No matter how superficial someone may seem, there's always a way to win their heart.
Dove cazzo l'ha messa? Non è qua.
I told you, nothing more than petty cash. Never given a second thought to them small numbers. And you never will.
Non l'ho trovata. Dove cazzo sarà la ricevuta, figa? Sì, per sbagliare.
Petty cash, to be honest. I asked you how much.
Of course they gave me my receipts.
Oddio.
These things I am, boy. Wait, I'll show you. I got it somewhere. Just a sec. I'll get it. I just put it over. I think he's. I'll be right back.
Dove cazzo sarà? Non la trovo, figa.
Why didn't you just say you had the receipt in your pocket? I'm almost certain, but tell me, who told you to come to this barber shop?
Let me tell you a little secret about my first wife, sonny boy. When I met that woman, she had no manners, no money, no nothing. Who in the hell? Farnham. My God, if it ain't the hero of the day.
Dove cazzo è che non vedo?
This will surely imbue me with the Texan spirit.
I'll be damned.
Dove cazzo è la mano?
I probably don't need to imitate his gestures
Yes,
during
sir.
the game,
New York
but it certainly wouldn't hurt to try.
Sure enough, I'm fixing to play poker with him.
It's not going to be easy to sound Texan, but I'll give it my best shot.
You can say that again. And again. Boxing at the Grand Ole
Nothing
Opry?
says Texan like a cowboy hat.
I'll be damned. Nah, just a few bourbons, that's all. $500, strawberries and
Knowing
champagne.
Farnham, the owner of this bra only came here for business.
Anyway, Kenny, thanks for fixing the game,
Kenny.
Cassidy. God bless you, brother.
Craziest goddamn Texan in New York. My good old friend Kenny. Craziest goddamn Texan in New York.
You know how many Kennys there are in New York? Kenny who? So besides when and where the game will be, the password, and the money Farnham dished out, what else do I need? Luckily, there was only one Kinney in Farnham's address book, Kinney Eakes, residing at...
Cornell Plaza, Manhattan. Stunning penthouse.
I'm not surprised. Mr. Eakes has excellent taste. Do you happen to know what he asked for the last time he was here? Not even a Bible.
Cazzo, che palo, ho sbagliato il quick time.
Don't tell me, Billy Bob. This here is my new friend Farnham. Am I right?
Ciao, Sa.
Sure enough, your barber was fixing to give me a shave.
You can get a good shave at another time. Billy Bob is always at our beck and call.
Of course.
Hey, come on. Let's get in there before they finish all the bourbon without us.
I haven't frisked him yet, sir.
I don't think that'll be necessary. Mr. Farnham here, he's an honest Texan. And I'm sure he'll
Vabbè,
hand over his
tanto
weapon
la
if
Marta
we
va a dormire
ask
alle
him to.
10:30, dai,
Right.
fa scene. Cioè. Non è facile. Oz. Ci sentiamo comunque.
No matter
Ciao.
how superficial someone may seem, there's always a way to win their heart. It'll be my pleasure.
Welcome, gentlemen. Chips are on the table and guns are in the safe. Now, we got a lovely night of poker ahead of us full of smoking and bourbon. So let's get started. Take a seat, Mr. Farnham. Let me introduce you. To my right, wearing gray boxers and weighing in at 140 pounds, the owner of Pink Vice, the largest meat market in all of Manhattan.
In other words, a real son of a bitch. No offense to the women he exploits.
Our reigning champion, Oswald Quince.
A title I aim to keep, provided our new contender here doesn't interfere.
Y'all are dealing with the worst player in Texas.
You're just trying to make me overconfident, aren't you?
The truth is that our friend Farnham owns the largest and, I dare say, most entertaining establishment in Texas.
Really? So we're colleagues then?
Yeah, you wish, Quince. He owns a casino.
Damn.
And it's not even in Austin or Dallas. It's actually in a little town called, what was it? Darn it, I looked it up the other day. Had a funny ring to it. I hate it when this happens.
I thought they moved all Texan casinos to Vegas, where gambling is legal.
You mean Ding Dong, Texas?
Ding dong! That's it.
Who'd ever think of a name like that?
Well, casino or no casino, let's just hope he doesn't keep as many aces up his sleeve as the late Ventimiglia, huh?
Amen.
To my left, wearing brown boxers and weighing in at 396 pounds.
Frank, show some respect, huh?
The hospitality tycoon, Polly. No.
Tycoon? I just own a small bar with pool tables. Clients drink close to nothing and play even less, but certain business transactions just couldn't happen anywhere else.
Damn it, Polly. Why don't I know your last name?
Because they took it away from me. You have no idea how good my ex-wife's lawyer is.
Women, they even take our damn names.
You're too much, Polly.
When you're done sightseeing, why don't you drop by La Iguana for a game of pool, and I'll buy you a drink. But I have to warn you, my clientele isn't crazy about furry fellas such as yourself.
Thanks. I love me some pool.
Perfect. It'll be my pleasure.
You looking to start your own pool business, Farnham? This guy here wants to start a boxing association in Texas. And guess who he's turning to for advice?
To be honest, several things got me worried, so I'd be much obliged for any counseling.
So, what worries you?
Rebel coaches like Joe Dunn.
Oh, I see you done your homework. That bastard wouldn't accept the most basic rules. For example, banning boxers from official competitions when the managers don't belong to my association. Hey, don't get me wrong, I'm sorry for his death. But if they ever find the murderer, I'd be glad to pay his lawyer fees. Billy Bob, bring out the bourbon. We're drying up here. I'll deal with a fresh deck, of course. We respect traditions in this establishment.
Poker is as boring as it is simple. All you need to do is read people's faces. And even the worst detective has that trick up his sleeve. The real issue is knowing what to play for when there's much more than just money at stake.
Damn it! Won again!
How many games have you won, Farnham?
The worst player in Texas, huh? Hey, Quint, you better start unbuckling that championship belt.
This ain't over yet. Mark my words. Farnham will be calling his wife before the night is over.
Ha! Oh, hey, by the way, you guys hear about Kenny's wife? Pretty tragic, huh?
What happened?
Oh, plain bad luck. Hey, but Farnham, I'm sure you know more about it than I do.
Anyway, Kenny, thanks for fixing the game with Cassidy. God bless you, brother. Craziest goddamn Texan in New York. And the poor fella's already got enough on his hands now that his wife. Women just gotta have their vices. She's in a rehab clinic now and hooked on the tranquilizer.
That's it, tranquilizer. Don't tell me women don't have their vices too. Bring out the bourbon, Billy Bob. Come on, give me the bourbon.
Maybe I spoke too soon when I said that poker is easy for a good detective. Let's just say it's relatively simple. There's always someone ready to surprise you, relatively speaking.
Well, I'll be damned! I don't believe this!
What happened, Farnham?
Beginner's luck doesn't last forever, and that's when the real champ comes in. I hope you're ready to lose it all, my friend.
Poor Farnham. Came looking to make big bucks in the city with his boxing, and he's gonna lose it all with poker.
I hope your counseling will make up for it.
Yeah, so how can I be of help?
Those there athletes hooking up with each other, like Al Stone and Helen Moore.
I see you subscribe to What's News. Yeah, my star boxer, the reigning champion. He's having an affair with America's sweetheart. Hey, I got nothing against those two idiots falling in love. Don't get me wrong, but it's taking a toll on his performance. I don't think he'll lose against Yale, but I'm starting to worry a bit. You happy now?
Sure thing. Although, there is something else.
Come on, spit it out. I want to play.
Having to compete with illegal gamblers like that old Leary fella.
Huh? One would almost think that you live in New York, my friend. That son of a bitch killed one of my men and left the poor bastard on my damn porch. But he's a goner now. Ever since the sport got put on TV, people want a fair game, honest boxers, and no shady business. You can't break the law anymore like before. Nowadays, they gotta bribe those big network executives to negotiate for broadcasting rights. Come on, let's steal another hand before Quince accuses us of trying to break his winning streak.
Ain't gonna happen. Gentlemen, I suggest you never tell your sons about this game, unless you want to lose their respect.
Wait, you mean our sons actually respect us?
I hear you. There's no way to set boys straight these days. They don't even respond to a good old beating.
Then try not beating them. There are better ways to educate boys.
Hey, careful, Quince. You're talking to a pro. So, Kenny told me you had quite a house.
How many kids you got in that house full of yours?
No, that son of a bitch was about to choke on his own vomit. If I'd been a communist, perhaps the vision of a millionaire choking on his own vomit would have made my day. Even so, I doubt I could have just stood there and watched him die. Unfortunately, I didn't break a sweat trying to save him.
How many kids you got in that house full of yours?
No, that son of a bitch was about to choke on his own vomit. If I'd been a communist, perhaps the vision of a millionaire choking on his own vomit would have made my day. Even so, I doubt I could have just stood there and watched him die. No, deserving or not, the man would live.
Well, that's something. I don't know how you deal with all of that.
All boys?
Does it have to be now?
Oh, never let Quince know one of you doors.
Come on, Folly. Children are sacred. I won't lay a
Cassidy.
finger on them until they're 12. After that, well... let's just say... Some men have needs that can only be met by a young girl that age, if you know what I mean. Are you alright, Farnham?
That damn eagle represents the lowest scum of our society. There goes your winning streak, you sick bastard.
Yes, I'm fine.
Now, what if that lovely 12-year-old girl was your sweet little niece, or my cousin Mike's niece? And what if she disappeared a while back? And what if she'd been taken to work uptown? In a brothel, huh? What do you think about that?
I don't know what you're talking about, Frank.
Don't you dare call me Frank. Billy Bob.
It's 500 more. Huh. For washing up.
It's a deal.
Cazzo ha fatto?
Sorry for the spectacle, fellas. I had no idea the game would end like this. Please, take my tokens, and that flying scumbag's tokens as well. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some family matters to attend to. If you decide to go ahead with your new venture, call me Farnham.
Your behavior at last night's game was utterly insulting. Never contact me again, or I'll put an end to your pathetic life. If our common acquaintance should ask you about your business endeavors, tell him that boxing is too violent for you. Signed, Frank Cassidy.
Cazzo.
My own tracks would be covered the following morning when Cassidy read this note from Farnham.
Dear Mr. Cassidy, although I'm grateful for your kind help, last night's game made me realize that boxing is just too violent for a peaceful Texan like myself. I have decided to invest elsewhere. Yours sincerely, Howard M. Farnham II. Damn Texans.
As for me, it was the first time in days that I had gone to bed.
Boh. Vi saluto ragazzi, buonanotte. Ci sentiamo magari domani, nei prossimi giorni. Ciao ciao. Speriamo. Sì, vabbè, solo aspettare, che due coglioni. Ciao.